In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on February 12, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Charlotte Hornets versus Orlando Magic. An exciting Eastern Conference showdown is set to take place on the hardwood in the Sunshine State as the Charlotte Hornets face off against the Orlando Magic on Wednesday night. The Hornets are coming off a 97-89 road loss to the Brooklyn Nets on Monday night, where they failed to cover the spread as 5-point underdogs. Meanwhile, the Magic suffered a 112-106 defeat at home against the Atlanta Hawks on Monday night, losing outright as 6.5-point favorites. Historically, the Magic hold a slight edge in the regular season series between these two teams, leading 64-60. This season, Orlando has dominated the matchup, winning both games, including a 95-84 victory on the road in their most recent encounter on November 25, 2024. The Hornets will enter this game with the same roster, while the Magic will continue to be without key players Jalen Suggs and Moritz Wagner. At this stage of the season, the Hornets don't have much to play for, and their lack of motivation was evident in their loss to the Nets on Monday. They were thoroughly outplayed for most of the game before mounting a late surge to make the scoreline somewhat respectable. On the other hand, the Magic haven't been significantly better than the Hornets, as they are currently stuck in their worst slump of the season. However, they showed resilience in a hard-fought loss to the Hawks on Monday, and if Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner can deliver strong performances again, they have a good chance of securing a victory. The Charlotte Hornets have struggled immensely even when fully healthy, and now they are missing some of their top players. On paper, the Magic should be able to win this game comfortably. However, Orlando's performance has declined since returning to full health, as evidenced by their 7 losses in the last 10 games. Notably, the Magic have scored fewer than 100 points in 5 of their last 10 games, which is a surprising statistic in today's high-scoring NBA. Orlando lacks the offensive firepower to cover large point spreads, and their recent performances suggest they may not even have enough to win games they are expected to. Until the Magic can rediscover the form they displayed in November, it's difficult to trust them to cover significant margins. So the Charlotte Hornets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have consistently struggled to score points throughout the season. The Hornets rank 3rd worst in the league in scoring offense heading into Tuesday's action, while the Magic sit at the very bottom in that category. Injuries have further depleted both rosters, with Brandon Miller and potentially LaMelo Ball sidelined for Charlotte, and Mo Wagner and Jalen Suggs unlikely to play for Orlando. 7 of the Hornets' last 10 games have fallen short of the total points line, while 6 of the Magic's last 10 games have also ended below the mark. Additionally, 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone under the total, including both matchups this season, which finished under by double-digit margins. The under has been a perfect 2-0 in the first 2 meetings between these teams this season, with the games averaging a combined 191 points. Both the Hornets and Magic rank among the 3 worst offenses in the NBA. Charlotte is 21st in the league in possessions per game, while Orlando ranks dead last. Both teams are also averaging fewer than 90 field goal attempts per game. Over their last 13 games, the Hornets have scored 110 points or fewer in 10 contests, including 5 games where they scored 104 or fewer in their last 7 outings. Similarly, the Magic have been held under 100 points in 9 of their last 17 games. The under has been a strong trend in this matchup, going 8-2 in the last 10 games between these two teams. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs versus Boston Celtics. The revamped San Antonio Spurs are set to face off against the reigning world champion Boston Celtics in Beantown. The Spurs made significant improvements to their roster at the trade deadline, acquiring all-star guard De'Aaron Fox to bolster their offensive firepower. Meanwhile, the Celtics are riding high after securing road victories against the New York Knicks and Miami Heat as they prepare for another deep playoff push and potential championship run. The Spurs continue to deal with roster limitations, as as Charles Bassey remains sidelined due to injury. On the other hand, the Celtics will be without Jrue Holiday for this matchup, and Jaylen Brown's availability is uncertain, as he is currently listed as questionable. This game presents a significant opportunity for the new-look Spurs, led by the dynamic duo of De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama, to make a strong statement on a national stage. Facing the reigning NBA champions is a formidable challenge, but it also serves as a litmus test for San Antonio's progress. For the Celtics, this matchup comes at a less than ideal time as they return home for their final game before the All-Star break following two dominant road wins over the Knicks and Heat. Boston has been in strong form recently, winning 4 of their last 5 games, which has solidified their hold on the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics are led by their star tandem of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who provide a high floor for the team on both ends of the court. Boston has also shown a knack for elevating their play in high-profile matchups, making them a formidable opponent. However, injuries have begun to impact their lineup, and the Celtics could be shorthanded for this game. Brown missed their most recent game in Miami due to right knee swelling and is questionable for Wednesday's contest. With Holiday already ruled out, Boston may choose to rest key players to ensure they are fresh for the second half of the season. On the Spurs side, their offense has been revitalized since adding Fox, averaging over 121 points per game, which ranks them among the top 10 offenses in the league during that span. Wembanyama's versatility should allow him to effectively defend Kristaps Porzingis both inside and on the perimeter. Additionally, Boston's defense may struggle without Holiday and Brown to contain Fox, Devin Vassell, and San Antonio's perimeter threats. While the Spurs are likely to concede some second chance points and three-pointers, they should be able to keep pace with a Celtics team that has struggled to cover large spreads at home this season. The Spurs also present intriguing value on the money line, given the talent on their roster and the challenging situational spot for Boston. So the San Antonio Spurs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Celtics are one of the most potent offensive teams in the NBA, currently ranked 6th in scoring. Since acquiring De'Aaron Fox, the Spurs have elevated their offensive output, averaging 121 points per game. Boston's strength lies in their perimeter shooting, as they lead the league in three-point field goals made per game. The Spurs, who rank 11th in pace of play, will look to push the tempo and create a fast-paced, high-scoring game. Fans can expect an exciting, back-and-forth contest on Wednesday night, featuring elite offensive play and a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. The over has hit in 6 of Boston's last 10 games and holds a 15-11 record in their home games this season. Similarly, the over has been a common outcome in Spurs games, with a 30-21 record overall and a 15-9 mark when San Antonio is on the road. The Spurs' up-tempo style, ranking 14th in pace, should contribute to a faster-paced game with plenty of three-point attempts. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Washington Wizards. On Wednesday night, the Indiana Pacers are set to face off against the Washington Wizards at Capital One Arena. This matchup comes after the Pacers secured a 115-103 victory over the Wizards on November 24th. Over their last 10 encounters, the Pacers have posted a 6-4 straight-up record and a 4-2 record against the spread. Additionally, the under has hit in 6 of those 10 games, indicating a trend toward lower-scoring contests. In this rivalry, the Pacers continue to deal with roster challenges as Miles Turner remains sidelined for this game. On the other hand, the Wizards are still missing newly acquired Tris Middleton, and Alex Sarr is listed as questionable. Indiana is also entering this game on the second night of a back-to-back, following a decisive 128-115 loss to the Knicks on Tuesday. The Pacers have struggled in such situations, with a 2-5 record both straight up and against the spread when playing without rest, and they have an average margin of victory of -11 points in those games. Furthermore, Indiana has only managed 1 win in their last 4 games overall, highlighting their recent struggles. Meanwhile, the Washington Wizards have shown some signs of improvement, winning 3 of their last 6 games. While it's too early to say they've turned a corner, their recent performances suggest they are trending in a better direction. The Pacers, despite having the talent to dominate this game, have been inconsistent, particularly as favorites. They are 3-6-1 against the spread in their last 9 games when favored by 7 or more points. Although the Wizards have been one of the league's weaker teams, they have covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games, which is a noteworthy trend. Washington is also 3-1 against against the spread in their last 4 games as underdogs of 7 or more points. Given Indiana's fatigue from playing on consecutive nights and the upcoming break, the Pacers might deliver a sluggish performance. Indiana's defensive struggles could also play a significant role in this game. Their defense ranks in the bottom third of the league, which could allow a well-rested Wizards team to stay competitive. This seems like an opportune moment to bet against the Pacers, especially on the road. So the Washington Wizards to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Delving deeper into Indiana's defensive issues, they rank 21st in defensive efficiency, allowing 112 points per 100 possessions. During their recent 1-3 stretch, the Pacers have given up an average of 119 points per game. On the other hand, the Wizards have been more competitive offensively, scoring 117 points per game over their last 6 contests, during which they've gone 3-3 straight up. Finally, this game features 2 of the fastest-paced teams in the NBA. The Wizards rank 4th in pace, averaging 104.1 possessions per game, while the Pacers are 9th with 102 possessions per game. With both teams playing at a high tempo and possessing below-average defenses, this matchup is likely to be a high-scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Toronto Raptors. An exciting Eastern Conference showdown is set to take place on the hardwood north of the border as the Cleveland Cavaliers face off against the Toronto Raptors on Wednesday night. The Cavaliers are coming off an impressive 128-107 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday night, where they not only secured the win but also covered the spread as 8-point favorites. Meanwhile, the Raptors were in action on Tuesday night, playing the first game of a back-to-back set against the Philadelphia 76ers on the road. In their most recent game prior to that, Toronto suffered a 94-87 loss to the Houston Rockets on Sunday, though they managed to cover the spread as 8.5-point underdogs. Historically, the Cavaliers hold a 59-51 edge in the regular season series between these two teams and have emerged victorious in their last 4 matchups. This includes a thrilling 132-126 home win in their most recent encounter on January 9th. The Cavaliers are currently monitoring the status of Ty Jerome and Max Strus, both of whom are listed as questionable for Wednesday's game. On the other side, the Raptors continue to deal with the absence of key players, including Brandon Ingram, R.J. Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl. Despite these challenges, the Cleveland Cavaliers have proven themselves to be a dominant force in the league, capable of securing blowout victories. They also hold a rest advantage heading into this matchup and boast a strong 34-19 record against the spread this season. The Raptors, however, are coming off a hard-fought, last-second win over the 76ers on Tuesday night. Despite their recent success, I believe there is value in taking the points with the Raptors in this contest. Since returning to full health, Toronto has quietly been playing solid basketball and has been a reliable bet for bettors, covering the spread in 7 of their last 10 games. Overall, the Raptors are 32-21-1 against the spread this season and have performed well as double-digit underdogs, covering in 4 of their last 6 such games, including 2 outright wins. It's worth noting that the Raptors lost by just 6 points to the Cavaliers on the road last month, so the Toronto Raptors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have been involved in high-scoring games this season, and this trend has become even more pronounced in recent outings, particularly for the Cavaliers. Cleveland has surpassed the projected point total in 7 of their last 10 games, including each of their last 2 contests leading up to this matchup. Similarly, Toronto had gone over the total in 4 of their previous 5 games before their Tuesday night clash. The Cavaliers rank 6th in the league in pace, averaging 100.1 possessions per game, while the Raptors are not far behind, sitting 12th with 99.3 possessions per contest. In the 3 meetings between these teams this season, 2 have gone over the total. Given the Cavaliers' recent offensive explosion and the overall trend of high-scoring games for both squads, this matchup is likely to follow suit. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.